Hi, my name is Katie Lansrith, and today I'm here to talk to you about National Novel Writing Month here at the library and the events we're going to be hosting for the month of November this year. So our events at the library are going to be for writers of all ages, and they will all happen here at the first floor computer training lab at the main library. And we'll talk a little bit more about what those events are going to be later on in the video. But first, we're going to start with what NaNoWriMo is. So NaNoWriMo stands for National Novel Writing Month. As you can see here on this slide, you put all of that together and you get NaNoWriMo. NaNoWriMo is a writing challenge that takes place every November, and writers from all over the world participate. The goal of NaNoWriMo is to write 50,000 words in a piece of new fiction. And it was created back in 1999 by a man named Chris Beatty. He knew that he wanted to write a novel, but he found that he was having a really difficult time sticking to that goal without any sort of deadline. So he created NaNoWriMo as a bit of a challenge for himself to write 50,000 words in 30 days, which he did in the month of November. And he found that by imposing that deadline on himself, he was actually able to write an entire first draft of a novel. And ever since then, NaNoWriMo has grown and grown into what it is today, which is a writing challenge that more than 400,000 people participated in last year. Now, the 50,000 words in a work of new fiction, when Chris Beatty created this challenge for himself, he had a very strict set of rules for himself. And one of those was that he couldn't work on a work that he had already had in progress, if you will. No working on a novel from a year ago that he hadn't finished. This was supposed to be a completely new work of fiction, a novel. So that is traditionally how NaNoWriMo works. However, there is a growing community of people who call themselves rule breakers, and sometimes their goal for the month of November is only to write 10,000 words in the month, or just to write every day in the month, no matter how much that is. And no matter what type of writer you are, we would love to have you join us for this November. So you can definitely set your own goals, or you can go the traditional route and try to write 50,000 words in 30 days. It's a really good challenge. It's about 1,667 words per day when you break it down. So definitely a challenge, but if you're up to it, we would love to have you join us. All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about how to sign up for NaNoWriMo. Now, to participate here in the library events, you do not have to sign up on the NaNoWriMo website. That is not a requirement. This is just purely if this is a way that you would like to get involved. So here I've linked the website for NaNoWriMo, and we're going to go ahead and click on that, and it's going to bring us into a new tab. I'm going to move myself over here. So this is the NaNoWriMo website, and you'll see here there's a lot of good information on this website. If you click here on what is NaNoWriMo, you'll get a lot of great information about the program, how it started, how many people participate, things like that. But for your purposes, if you would like to sign up on the website, you're going to go ahead and hit here where it says sign up. Okay, so then it will ask you for a username. You'll create a password, and it'll ask for your email first. You'll create a password, and then you'll create a username. Now, you do need to have an email address in order to use the NaNoWriMo website. If that is something you do not have, you can always come to the library and we can help you set it up. All right, so we're going to go back to the PowerPoint here. Okay. So that is the NaNoWriMo website. Once you're on there, there's a lot of really great resources. There's a forums page where you can talk to other writers all around the world. You can ask them questions, get input on your novel. It will keep track of how many words you've written in the month. And it has like a little bar graph if you'd like to keep track of your words and see it visually that way. All right, next we're going to talk about some of the events we're going to have prior to the month of November and during the month of November. So the only one that happens prior to the month of November is going to be our informational session, which is happening on October 19th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. That is a Wednesday. And that is just going to be an informational session. We're going to learn a little bit more about NaNoWriMo. We're going to talk about our writing projects. It's just going to be more information than I was able to fit in this video. And I'm also going to be helping people sign up for the website on the computer, if that sounds like something that you would need help with. And it's just a really good opportunity for us to get together and talk about our novels, do a little bit of brainstorming before the month actually starts. And then when the month does start on November 1st, we're going to have a kickoff party and a come write in. Now, that is going to happen from 6 to 8 p.m. also in the training lab here at the main library. And that is going to be really a party. We're going to have some candy because Halloween is the day before, and we're just going to get our very first words on the page for NaNoWriMo. It's always a very exciting time, the first day of Nano. And then on November 5th is the third event we're going to have. That is a Saturday. So we have the opportunity to have a longer come write in, and that will happen from 1 p.m. till 5 p.m. here at the computer training lab at the main library. And I just want to emphasize that any of these events, if you choose to participate, you do not have to stay the entire time. We are obviously not going to be writing right from 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock. We're going to be having writing prompts, some discussions. We can share a little bit of our writing if we would like to. It's really just a good way for writers to get together. Writing can be a really solitary hobby, and this program is designed to have writers get together and share in some camaraderie and just have a good time with it. NaNoWriMo is a lot more fun when you're doing it with other people. Okay, so this is our full schedule of events, and this is everything that's going to be happening this year for NaNoWriMo. And we also do have a paper copy of this, basically this presentation. I've put some information in here about what NaNoWriMo is, and I have a schedule on the back of this. And so if you want to come to the main library and pick one of these up, you can just have a paper copy of this schedule also. But you'll see here, we're going to have some come write-ins. Those will typically happen on Wednesday nights from 6 to 8 p.m. here in the computer lab. And then on the 16th, we're going to have a halfway there celebration because we'll be about halfway through the month. And then at the very end, we're going to have a big wrap-up party celebrating that we wrote during the month of November. All right, and then if you have any questions, please go ahead and comment on this video. I'm very excited to answer your questions, or you can call the library at 913-295-8923 to talk to me or one of my coworkers. We would be very glad to answer any questions you have. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you for NaNoWriMo.